Hey yo, what's going on?
What up?
So this is the first live stream. Let me see if I can bring this up on my phone. See if we're actually doing something here. Yeah. All right, we're showing up live. Interesting. All right, man. So what's going on, Mike? How you been? Interesting.
Uh, not much,
All
man.
right, man. So what's going
Hold on,
on,
hold
Mike?
on. Oh,
How you been? Yeah. Turn down whatever you're listening to. All right.
yeah. All right. I think we're good. Hold on. Let me type in the chat. Yep, I got the wrench.
All right. Let's see. All right. 1 second. Let me my videos.
Let me type it onto
Home.
StreamYard. Did you see that in StreamYard?
Yeah, I see it in StreamYard.
All right. Okay. All right. You good?
All right, let me click on it in my. All right, 1 second. All right, man. So yo, I guess we just figured out how to make this live stream shit work, man. Pretty
Dude,
cool
I've
now.
had basically had this set up for about a month. I just haven't used it. But
Well,
yeah,
I've had the StreamYard set up for a while. I just I never got around to using it. Like, 'cause I've been doing other stuff, but so I'm thinking, yo, now that we got this set up, why don't we do like a weekly weird news type deal? You know what I mean?
okay.
Where we just find the articles of whatever that comes out and piques our interest and put it out there.
Well,
Sit and
as the
talk
name
about
of
it.
your show goes, this is an impromptu. So yeah, I'm not really prepared, but I guess we could rattle off a couple of things.
Yeah, well, let's see here. What did I have saved?
You know, most of these guys they get like week or two, three. God knows how long they had to prepare for a show.
Yeah, like I said, like all the interviews that uh, you felt me get on the show, just grab a mic, sit down with a laptop and microphone for like I think the longest one was like 45 minutes. So it was just me and the other guy sitting there work at when we had some downtime.
That was a Jamaican guy.
Yeah. That was Mike. And like the one with Selena, we
Hmm.
because we were gonna do it in the house, but the kids were being too loud. We went and sat in my car. Took the laptop, took the mic, went and sat in the car for like half hour. Did that. That was it.
Well, you got to get the other guy from UPS to talk about what he's seen when he's going out to New Post and his whole family's reaction and everything like that.
Uh, he, he's the main mechanic at the building, so it's hard to nail him down. You know what I mean? So he said he's usually good. He usually gets out of there at like 3:30. So I just like, yo, next Friday at like 3:30 after at like 3:30, I'll be at the building. Like, yo, we'll run somewhere real quick. You tell me like take 20 minutes, we'll record it and whatnot, and that'll be that.
His story might take longer than 20 minutes, man.
Oh, well, however long it takes, you know what I mean? I just because we were gonna do it at the building, but he's like, yeah, I'd rather not do it while here because there's somebody's always breaking their truck or some shit.
So they have to get farther. Yeah, makes sense.
Huh. Yeah. So what? I've been looking up. So as you like, the whole vault keeper thing. You know what I've been doing? Remember that story he told about the tracking those inmates, like there were guys who saw Anubis.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to find those guys. I don't know if I have. I can't. I've only found two sets that match that time frame.
You gotta go back and listen to the old shows and stuff like that. Then you'll be able to
Yeah,
narrow it down the
well,
time. But that's what I did when I found the location of his incident. But,
it was a I think it was a live stream with Sean Graham. That it was him.
uh,
It was him. DW.
no, that was DW, DDoS, and Vault.
Yeah. And okay, yeah. And we can't view. Right. That video
It's-
got taken down. Yeah.
But that's when I believe he was talking about that. That's also when he talked about the deer head being on the seat in his tractor.
See that shit right there. No, like his open challenge, man. I know there's people that are gonna take him up on it, and I just I can't fathom why they would do that. Like even if you think it's a mythical creature, why even take that chance?
Uh, I was in the stream with them last week. I'm pretty sure Paul said that even if 5% of what the man is saying is true, that's enough to get you hurt. So
Yeah,
there's some
exactly.
Yahoo out there that think they're. mm. You see what happened you see what happens when DW put out all the coordinates and stuff like that. People went out there and experienced what they experienced, and you had people harassing them. It, People are wild enough to go to these locations. And I'm not gonna lie, I Googled and Google Earth some of these locations, some of the incidents like that. You'd be surprised at what I found.
Oh, go ahead. Talk. What did you find?
Uh the I'm not 100% sure, but the location where the DW story where they trapped the dog man that looked like a fox and it was on like the Texas border.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the area where the one guy in his story, like he started walking and he shot up in the trees and they started shaking the trees and stuff like that. And then they followed him home, like they came to his house like 2 days later. I'm pretty sure that's the same area. That's one of the locations. I found Vault's location. Well, I found a couple of Vault's locations that he talks about. Um, who else? Trying to think off the top of my head. Uh, when DW talked about everything that he talked about from Inhumans, I found a bunch of those locations. Google Earth. Like some of the locations have changed from the story because it's been a few years, but for the most part, yeah, it's all still there. You take the time to research it, and just if you type it into Google or whatever search engine you're using, if you're not getting the right thing, just switch up a couple of the words here and there, and you'd be surprised what comes up.
One second. I'm just looking at something on this home.
And for people that don't know, we have been faithful listeners to DW Voting since they started. I was a little late to the party on DW, but for the
Oh
most
wait.
part, when the vote started, from his listening to my old boy show and
One second. Wait. 1 second. There we go.
uh, found all of it. I know, and it's crazy. And that area is the Dogman area. I'll give you guys a hint. If you're coming back and you're listening to this on a late stream, on a late listen, just type in missing people in Mississippi and see what comes up. That's what I'm going to give you.
Huh. Okay, so sorry about that, Mike. I was listening to you. I was listening to you the whole time. I just was doing something else.
Stop using my name, dude.
All right, Mayhem. Sorry about that.
Either Bass or Mayhem. One or the other.
All right. Now,
I'm trying to keep a low key profile over here, man. Weird shit happening.
like what? What's the latest weird shit you happen? I'll tell you what, yo. Right. I'm sitting there earlier in the day because I had a day off from the second job, and my wife texts me. She's like, "Hey, can you?" She sends me a picture of a turtle. Can you go take care of this? I figured there's a turtle in the backyard. I go out back, try to move the turtle. Yo, it's like a 90-pound snapping turtle, dude. Yo, I was not messing with that damn thing. I saw the neighbor coming down the road with his husky. I was like, yo, keep your dog on the other side of the road. There's a big snapping turtle here. He's like, oh, where is it? He's like, then he went
He's
over
the guy
there.
that grabbed it?
Yeah, he went over there and he's like, yo, was it fast? I was like, yeah. He went over, like, messed with it a little bit, lifted it up. Well, you can tell this thing was old, man. Like, and he brought it over.
Took a picture of him holding it up.
Nah, I left my phone in the house.
You should have ran back inside like, yo, I'll be right back. You should have got a picture of that shit.
Because I was going to call the wife and be like, yo, what the hell do you expect me to do with this thing?
Yeah. And them things will take your finger off, man.
Oh, yo, I was poking him. I know this is going to sound wrong a little bit, but I was poking him with the broom. He kept whipping around super fast. That's why I was not messing with that thing. Yeah, like huge claws coming out of his front. Yo, spikes on his tail. You could tell he was old.
Oh, he is a dinosaur. Oh, he came out of that swamp in the backyard over there by Tristan's old crib.
Yeah. That's like the second turtle I found.
There's no telling what's in there. I doubt there's probably there might be fish in there, but I don't know. That looks more like a turtle area. What was it? It was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Thursday? Yeah. Yesterday before I went to work, I drove by Kaimisha and I seen this lady. She had a turtle in the hand, and like I guess she got it like trying to cross the road or something like that. She's like, "He wants some away." So I'm looking at him, like this thing had fishing line wrapped all around him, like around his neck, around his arm, like around his claws and everything. I'm like, that's not why he's not swimming away. He can't move. But she had on glasses or whatever, so I guess she didn't see the fishing line. So I was like, hold him still, because if he snaps me, I'm gonna be really mad. So I just started gradually pulling the line off of him and put him in the water, and he swam away. Like that's why he wasn't moving. He wasn't big though. He was probably Nah, he wasn't big at all, man. But I did see, like, from where I was standing, I looked to the right, dude. There was a turtle swimming in the water. Yo, he was huge. You can see his head sticking out the water. I'm like, yeah. Plus, you got the damn copperheads that like swimming in front of me while I'm out there. Not cool.
Yeah, how many have you seen in that pond now?
Two within the span of 6 days on opposite sides of the lake.
You sure it wasn't the same snake?
I'm positive it wasn't the same snake.
Or two different lengths?
Yep. Now, you remember Toast, right?
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, dude, don't stand in, because he's a fly fisherman. I told him, yo, don't stand in the water. He's like, why? I'm like, okay, first off, DC patrols this area, and there's a sign right there that says no wading in the water, so you're not supposed to be standing in it. Secondly, there's a whole bunch of ticks over here. Thirdly, I'm telling you, there's snakes in these rocks. So he's down there, he's standing in the water. I told him not to. Let him hold my bait caster. Then all of a sudden, a snake, one of these snakes comes out of the rocks, like maybe 5 feet to his left, swims out about maybe 6 feet in front of him, and just swims right across him and me. I'm like, see, I told you.
Is that the picture? Is that the snake you sent the picture to me of?
Yes.
See,
But I was standing up on a drainage ditch, so I was probably like maybe 6 or 7 feet off the water.
yeah,
He was like maybe he was standing on a rock, and a rock had water hitting it, like coming up on the rock. So he wasn't that far away at all. Like I told you, man. He tried to come out there with shorts and stuff. I'm like, bro, you should really like spray yourself with some kind of spray or put some pants on because
yo,
this area is full of ticks.
yo, he's from this area. What is wrong with him?
Yeah, but he lived down more towards he's a stream fisherman, man. So I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you. He's like, oh, I was trying to put on jeans. I was trying to put on pants. I'm like, yeah. And I seen him the next day. He was like, dude, I was driving home. I looked down at my leg and I seen one of them, seen a tick crawling at me. I was like, I told you. All the bug spray you just used washed off when you decided you wanted to step in the water. That's why you had them on you. And freaking, I had you remember Kenny Sanders? And him, and he was like, "Oh, there's hybrid bass in here and all this and that and pike and all." I'm like, "Dude, I fish this lake all the time. They're not in here, bro. Like they're not in here."
No, yeah, I remember I used to be big into fishing until somebody and another certain somebody lost my hundreds of dollars worth of tackle.
Chalk it up to a loss, man.
Chalk it up
You,
to a
you
loss.
don't go fishing anyway. You need to go fishing because obviously the boys like it. $25, man, for a whole year. That's all it costs.
See, that's crazy because when we were 18, 20, fishing licenses were only like $15.
Mm-hmm. And they're $25, but you know what? I'd rather pay that $25 than a couple $100 fine and have them take all my stuff. Now, you know how much stuff I got. I'd be sick to my stomach if they take my stuff. But I know most of those guys anyway. They come into the restaurant and stuff.
Speaking of some of those DEC guys, right? Yeah, whatever happened for the only two people that are currently watching this stream right now.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Well, hi, two people. But what happened that one time when you asked those two DEC guys about have they seen anything in the woods?
Oh, that was years ago. All right. So it went down like this. Like my boss believes in Bigfoot, so do I. So we always have a conversation about the stuff and whatnot. So it was like, we had two DEC guys come in, and he walked up to me. He's like, "Yo, you gonna ask him about Bigfoot?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm not asking them that question. Are you nuts?" He was like, "I'll do it." So he was standing behind the counter. And he was like, "Yo, you guys ever get any reports on like Bigfoot or anything like that?" And there was an older guy and a younger guy. The younger guy, he was about to say something. But I'm telling you right now, the older guy looked at him with a piercing stare and was like,
Don't you say a word.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. So I left that at that. But then we had the state forest ranger come in one day, and he actually answered our question. He was like, "Well, technically they don't exist, but you can't deny the domer ridges that people are finding in the footprints and the handprints and stuff like that. Then he brought up the uh wow damn why am I drunk? Is it the Skookum print? I think was it called the Skookum print where the dude caught like half the butt and like the hand or whatever laying in the ground or something like that?
Yeah, I think that was the school component.
And he brought that up. That's the closest I've gotten to one of these guys admitting something, but he was basically like, "Yo, it's off the record or whatever." So, and he hasn't been in since we asked him that, but he gave up more information than DEC, which I know they had to have in reports. Listen, like I tell people all the time, like yo, if you go to one point, like let's say you go out to the Delaware River area, which is basically like borderline New York, PA area, and you take a helicopter and you go up about 15,000 feet. Not even 15,000. You go up about 5,000 feet, between 5 and 10,000 feet, and you fly over for about 30, 40 miles and just look at the expanse of wilderness and mountain areas and everything like that. There has to be something out here.
Oh, I say that every time I come over Wirtsboro Mountain and I look down at the Basher Kills. That area is immense. Isn't that like one of the biggest swamps in New York State?
I have to check, but I'm pretty sure it is. But there's a whole lot of strange things. I've seen lights flying over the basket. That's right when you start to go down a hill. That's something, and people think I'm crazy. That's why I keep the conversations like between me and him, because other people walking and listening to the conversation, they think that I'm crazy. Like, oh, what? You believe in this? I'm like, all right. Like, you do know that there is things out there that you will never understand.
And I listen, man. You know, Mike, Mayhem. You know, I don't care. I'll talk about it whenever to whoever will listen. But I find it more interesting than normal politics. You know what I mean? We don't know.
That's just a lie anyway. That's all manipulation, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, so that's why I don't even broach the subject. I'd rather listen to something about UFOs or Bigfoot or secret.
It's more interesting.
Yeah, that dark stuff on the dark side of the moon. Like that's crazy stuff.
Yeah, and listen, I done showed my boss so much evidence of Dogman and everything like that, and he's like, okay, I believe it, but I don't believe it. I'm like, dude, check out. I showed him the Fort Pierce video where the thing ran across Blue's backyard. He was like, okay, but it was way too fast. I'm like, dude, that's what they do. Like they're fast. Like now I showed them the video of the kids from New York, which I got a message Floating Chaos to see if they checked that link to watch that video yet. But you know which one I'm talking about, where the thing was standing on the tree when the kids were out like salamander hunting or whatever.
Yeah, and it like had its claw wrapped around the tree. I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. The best evidence you're gonna people like, oh, I want the evidence. Listen, if you got real, true evidence, I believe two things are gonna happen. You put it out there, people are gonna shut it down. Oh, that's a fake, that's this and that, whatever. And if you really have good evidence, this is what you're gonna hear. Yeah, we need that from you. Oh, what are you talking about, Blood? Yeah, that video up there on your shelf. Yeah, we need all of that. No. I'll tell you what, man. Whoever decides to take Volt up on his offer, they got some man.
Oh, they got something waiting for their ass when they go down there. And if whatever's out in them woods don't get them, the sheriff is gonna get them. And that's if the sheriff don't get them before they get to the woods.
Well, me and you already talked about how they could probably do that, but we're not gonna put that out here.
No, that's not my place to talk about that.
No, I'm never going down in that area.
No,
Well, maybe. Yeah, you know what? I'll go down in that area, but I ain't going out in the woods.
nah, dude. I'm sure Mississippi's probably beautiful. I've you can look down and it's gorgeous, but yeah, I don't know about going down there looking for cryptids. Whoever's got the sack to go do that, good luck.
That's what I said. Good luck. That's
Like, I'm like DW. Yo, I'll listen to it, I'll look at it, I'll watch it. I'm not going looking for it. Not gonna happen.
Nah, I had that. I tried that shit before, and yeah,
That shit didn't go too well for you, did it?
I'm not saying it went bad, but I definitely experienced something. I don't know
man,
what it was.
we got to nail Pete down, man, so we could get him on and
Dude,
fucking
I am going to call him at
Like-
11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
like
and tell
even
him to come through to the job like around, because I believe we're open up till 9 o'clock tomorrow.
like shit, dude.
like that.
Even if we get him on something like this, do a live stream bullshit.
I'll try to get him. I might be able to get him tomorrow or Sunday because we're open both days, so I could probably get him either one of those days. But he said he's down to do it.
We got to get Burger too.
Yeah.
Is he in Florida yet, or is he back up here?
Nah, I'm pretty sure he's back. He
Is he
went down to Maryland.
Isn't he supposed to be moving to Florida though?
I didn't hear anything about him going to Florida. He said it was Maryland. He was going down to Maryland for the weekend.
Oh, well, we got to get him out here so we can do like a round table about what happened to us in 03.
Well, I'll message him, see if he wants to come up next Saturday when we have our thing or whatever. He said he'll come up, but you know what you already know what he told me.
So, yo, why don't you message him right now, see if he's awake?
I know he's awake. He's probably on Instagram right now. Hold on. That means I'm leaving the chat. Hold on. Yeah, I don't talk to him on Facebook or anything like that. I'd be hitting him up on Instagram. Hold on. Yeah, he's awake. He's wide awake right now. He's on.
Let's get his ass out of here. Get his ass out of here.
When tonight, he's not gonna get out here tonight because I don't even think he has the apps to do none of this stuff. He's basically a freaking crypto guy and all that stuff now. So,
like, yo, he don't have an email. He don't have a
shit, I don't know.
An email and a headset. Email and a headset.
Because if you was to go to StreamYard, if you were to send them the link through StreamYard, I'm pretty sure you would have to have Stream. Well, I don't know how that works.
Oh yeah,
you have to have it or.
Well, I don't know. Vault had some weird way. He got me on through his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll just have to sit down and sit down with him next week when we do that barbecue.
I messaged him. It says he's active right now, so I'll see what it says. Yeah, I'll see what it says. Do you know his stipulations?
It's not like anybody knows who the hell we're talking about. What is the stipulations?
What's the stipulation? You say he's gonna be smoking weed the entire time.
Oh, that's fine. I just want to keep the cursing down to a minimum.
Good luck. Good luck.
No, because don't get me wrong, I cursed a lot too, but every second word out of his mouth is a curse.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, hold on. Back up. Wait,
All right, so one of the reasons I fucking suggest we do this because I kind of want to do like hey, if you come across a word article during the week, save it, and then we'll go over it and whatnot, right? So I've had this article saved for a bit, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna read it. It's from Alien News. An accidentally created force field trapped a worker in a 3M factory. The article's from November 22nd, 2020. It's and it begins. We've seen them in the movies. Force fields in which nothing can pass through. They can stop bullets, missiles, and even nukes at the theaters. But for all we know, it's just a matter of fiction. However, such fictionist-seeming technologies can accidentally be stumbled upon. So was the case when a 3M plant created a force field by accident. The force was so strong that a worker was trapped. Let's see. Back in 1980, some employees at a South Carolina 3M plant were expecting a large 20-foot wide polypropylene spools. This plastic film was being slit and cut and transferred to other spools in order to create products for their signature stationery materials. Everything seemed normal that day, but the present danger of static cling produced by the rollers proved to make the workers' unlucky day. The level of static on that day was so powerful that it could be measured in megavolts, an intensity of power nobody would want to be near. So pretty much, this shit it goes on a little bit. They created a force field, and this guy got paralyzed. All right. So scroll down a little bit. Let me get to the. All right. So on that summer day, something different occurred at the processing plant. The static field created an invisible wall similar to the one seen in the movies. It was so powerful that it froze nearby workers in their place. Another employee in the plant, David Swenson, heard about the phenomenon and decided to further investigate with his handheld electrometer. Upon entering the room, the needle immediately went all the way to the end. As he walked closer to the machinery, his steps began to slow down and he began to struggle moving forward. It came to a point when he was not able to move at all. To prove his point, he even noticed the fly had got stuck in the force field. Thankfully, he was able to remove himself from the force field by walking backwards. Like, yo, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, we talked about that a little while ago. You know what I think was, given what they were doing in the facility, like think about static electricity. If you're walking across a carpeted floor and you go to touch a metal doorknob, you feel a shock, right?
Yep.
Like a little jolt. Nothing to scare you, but you feel it. Now imagine that to the umpteenth power. With all the friction that's going on, because I'm pretty sure that's plastic wrap that they're using, right? Have you ever took saran, saran wrap and like the static that comes off saran wrap, how it sticks together?
Yeah.
That's basically what it boils down to. I'm assuming. I think I could be wrong. They could have stumbled upon something like that, and they had the DARPA came in and freaking took all the information and recreated it. You never know.
Well, this happened in 1980, so I'm sure the the black suits came and it was like, this is pretty interesting. Let's monitor this situation a little bit.
Exactly. When things like that happen, strange stuff comes up like that. I'm pretty sure that one of these alphabet agencies, whether it be DARPA, CIA, NSA, whichever one, is send people in to investigate it. And if they like what they hear, they silence the witness and take the information. Look what happened to the guy that created the water car. I
Yeah,
forgot his name, but he said one fuel cell could get you from here to God. No, I forgot. This was a long time ago, but it could get you from here to there or whatever, in like a couple of gallons of water. Like, and it doesn't matter what water. You can run it on fresh water. You can run it on salt water. You could even, uh, if I'm remember correctly, you can even pee in the tank and it'll run on pee. Then what happens? He's eating at a restaurant. They say, "Oh, they poisoned me." And he runs outside and he drops dead.
You're right. That's crazy. I mean, that's
What
not
was his name? I can't think of his name.
I mean, that's not the tactics they use nowadays. Nowadays, they just discredit you.
Oh yeah, it's easier to discredit you than to actually take you out. There's less paperwork.
Well, less paperwork. Plus, if if they take you out, it looks like it's kind of giving your what you were saying a little more credence. Like, oh, what was he saying at this? What was that person saying at this time to get them?
Mm-hmm. My phone, I'm freaking messaging Burger back.
No problem.
All right.
So what's he saying?
Waiting for him to message me back. But he says he usually has his kids on the weekend. Where at? Okay, so
Hey yo, so rewind back in time. Check this out. You know what article I came across again that I always find interesting? It's the article about that missing TV crew that went down to Antarctica.
missing T. I'm not too sure if I'm familiar with that article.
The it was called the Atlantis TV. I'll bring it up right now. It was yeah, in the early 2000s, a TV crew was supposed to be going down to Antarctica to film a to do a documentary down there. Let's see.
Did they go to that Niemeyer base?
No. Sorry about that. Hold on.
All right. Burger said he's down to come up. He said he'll have his two youngest with him though.
Yeah,
He
that's
said he's
fine.
down to come up.
That's fine. Okay, Joe, you don't remember this article? All right, so an American television crew that have been missing for the last 14 years may have left behind video evidence of an ancient city in Antarctica, according to archaeologist Jonathan Gray. The California TV crew went missing in 2002 after filming a mission by the U.S. Navy SEALs in Antarctica, according to Jonathan Gray, who runs Archaeology News Flash. The video left behind by the TV crew has been blocked by the U.S. government from being aired. The U.S. government said it will seek to block the airing of a video found by Navy rescuers in Antarctica that purportedly reveals that a massive archaeological dig is underway 2 miles down, 3,200 meters below the ice. A spokesman from a production company who represent the crew said at the time of their disappearance. SecretsOfTheFed.com reports the Atlantis TV production crew that shot the video is still missing, reports Gray. Attorneys for the Beverly Hills-based Atlantis TV stressed at the time that the company's primary concern was for the safety and welfare of their crew, but they stated they would vigorously oppose any attempts to censor material that is clearly in the public interest and public domain. The icy continent of Antarctica, they pointed out, belongs to no nation. The U.S. has no jurisdiction there. That video is the property of Atlantis TV, said a company spokesman. We shot it. It's ours. And as soon as it is rightfully restored to us, we're going to air it. End of story. Watched by Navy officers. 2 Navy officers who saw the tape described its contents to the National Science Foundation researchers upon their return from Amundsen Scott station at the South Pole, asserts Gray in his recent newsletter. So reported sources at McMurdo Station, the main American base in Antarctica. They said it showed spectacular ruins and other things they could go into. Oh, that they couldn't go into. A not safe NSF scientist reported. We chalked it up to some kind of sub-zero induced delusion. He said, until a helicopter full of Navy SEALs landed and picked them up and took off. Now we're scratching our heads. Officials of the U.S. Navy Support Task Force in Antarctica predictably denied the story or the possession of any video shot by the missing Atlantis TV crew. Navy sources said they found the video in an abandoned supply dump 100 miles, 160 kilometers west of Vostok Station. Are you keeping up?
Okay. I might have heard this. Lake Vostok, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these people are still missing. But let's see where was I? At least 4 YouTube posters think there just might be a lost city on the continent of Antarctica. A team of researchers are claiming that they have discovered three ancient pyramids on ice covered the continent in Antarctica. Exact details are sketchy, but the team have released 3 intriguing images of their discovery, according to Stephen Hannard, ADGUK. The international team comprises researchers of the United States, and several others are from various European countries. 2 of the huge pyramid structures were found approximately 10 miles inland, the third one not far from the coastline, clearly visible from the ocean. The team are currently planning an expedition to one of the pyramids to find out if it's natural or an artificial structure. No further details have been reported about the missing team. More news is pending. I'm undecided on this one, guys. Blah blah blah.
Well, that kind of makes sense because I do remember an article I remember reading about supposedly them like drilling down into Lake Vostok, and they actually like were able to get people down there in some kind of like squidish, some kind of creature that was able to mimic the divers and stuff down there, like attack them, and a few people were killed. That's Lake Vostok.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took them a few years to like dig through the ice, but when they finally got it, the hole big enough, they sent some people down there, they sent some divers down there or whatever. I'm not too sure how true that is. Well, supposedly they were attacked by a squid type entity or whatever that was able to make itself look like divers, like the divers that are down there. Like it formed itself into and attacked a few people and killed them. There's a whole lot of strange stuff that happens down there in Antarctica. That's why nobody really talks about it. Like that's one of those big secrets that nobody talks about. Like there's lore all over the place. You can go back and talk and read about Admiral Byrd when he went down there in Operation High Jump. There's
Hey, do you remember the Jim Mars book Above Top Secret?
is that thick one I had?
No, that one was the Alien Agenda.
Okay.
Above Top Secret was a bunch. It was a book by Jim Mars. It was just a compilation of different conspiracy theories from like A to Z.
Yeah.
And one of the sections in that book was like it was about operation called Operation Terrabin. Have you heard about that? Where the British
What?
Operation Terrabin, where the British sent down soldiers to a base that they found that the Nazis had underneath the ice down there.
Vaguely. It's been a long time since I read that book.
All right. Well,
Which you probably can't find nowadays.
no, definitely not. I guarantee you the Alien Agenda is probably going for at least $200 now. But
yeah, just like UFO Highway.
Yeah.
But I listened to do Anthony Sanchez about that. He said, "Nope, you mess with me. I'll send you. It's still the regular price, like $40-something. So I think I might pick that book up just to have it."
Yeah. But Operation Terrabin. The reason a group of British soldiers were sent down to this Antarctic base is because they got a radio communication from a forward operation base that they had down there already, and it was a broken communication. And the person got on the mic and said, "The polar men are after me," and apparently they heard like a scream and like a growl and some other weird stuff. They end up getting down there. They go to the base. They find one of the men in the locked up. He's locked in the room. They trace this one other area, and they find one of these things. They send one of their soldiers in. Do you remember this part? They send one of the young soldiers drew the short straw. He had to go in the He had to go into the open door. They heard like a scream, a gunshot, and then that was it. And then the thing came running out. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm gonna have to find a copy of that book. That was such a good read. But you can find that online. You can find Operation Terrabin online. It's called. I think you can find it under Britain's Secret War.
Books.
Yeah, Britain's Secret War in Antarctica. Operation Terrabin was a secret British expedition during World War II. It was launched in 1943 under the pretense of patrolling the Antarctic for German commerce raiders and U-boats that threatened Allied shipping.
Above top. Up there it goes. Above Top Secret. Found it.
How much is it going for?
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh,
It depends. Anywhere from it's saying all used, but you could get it. Well, shit, you could get it for less than $30, but the most expensive I've seen is probably like $28. But
I might see if they have it on Audible. I have like 4 Audible credits. Thinking about that, I might see if they got the Alien
Yep.
Agenda
12
also.
top secret, UFOs, aliens, 9/11, NWO, police state, conspiracies, cover ups, and much more that they
Speak.
don't want you to know about.
Hey, speaking of stuff on Audible, there's a book series that I picked up. It's called Bigfoot Terror in the Woods. It's that Jay Sheehan guy. What was it? Um, he was on Sasquatch Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember who I'm talking about?
Roughly.
Yeah. What's the name of it? I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
Bigfoot Terror in the Woods: Sightings and Encounters by W.J. Sheehan. I have like pretty much every copy on Audible of that book. That those are some crazy encounters that some of these people had. Yeah, one they found one encounter. These people found a hiker in the this woman impaled on a branch. Another one, these guys got attacked and he threw like a ski pole.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to defend himself, that's all he had because they were out there hiking. He threw a ski pole at this Bigfoot, and it must have hit the Bigfoot in the eye because the Bigfoot went stumbling back and then fell like down the side of a cliff.
Hmm.
Then they saw it. There was another encounter in there where there was a bunch of people out camping. It was the middle of the night. They saw this light coming down the mountain and shit. It got over the lake and then over a tree line, and then they saw something. They saw a Bigfoot get lifted up into the beam of light, and it was like hovering there for a minute, and then the light blinked out and the Bigfoot was gone.
You know what? I think I remember that story.
Like those
Because
are
as
that's
much conspiracy stuff as we used to be in, I done forgot a whole lot.
oh man, I remember all of
Like
this stuff.
I backed away from it for a little bit, well, for a long time. But now I'm back into it because you know what? Back in the day, people, well, why are you doing this? You used to think we have a tinfoil hat on. Back in 2007, when I started putting freaking duct tape over webcams, and
you know,
what's the name was like, yo, why are you doing that? I'm like, dude, it's a back door. They can hackers hack it and watch it. And people thought I was crazy.
I couldn't find any tape, so you know what I got covering the camera. It's like something. It's like a sticky thing that you stick on the bottom of your furniture.
Uh, I got I got tape when it's Gorilla tape, and I'm not putting that on my laptop. I'm messing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Let's see. I'm looking to see if I can find Jim Mars.
Yeah, I found the Jim Martin legend. You can get it for
No, I'm looking for it on
what on
Au-
Amazon.
not on Audible. They don't have it. They don't have any.
I tell you what, I just found. You remember that book that I bought called The Threat?
No, I bought that book called The Threat by Dr. Jacobs, right?
Oh, I thought I bought it. Okay.
No, I did. Let's see. Audible.
Used $12.
Audible. They got The Illuminati by Jim
Uh,
Mars, Our Occulted History, Population Control, Trillion Dollar Conspiracy, Ancient Aliens, Crossfire, Ancient Aliens.
Ancient Aliens.
Dude, they don't have the alien agenda on here for Jim Mars.
Well, probably just be better off ordering it. I'm not saying for anything for Amazon or anything like that. See Barnes and Noble,
Oh,
eBay.
hey, listen. You remember I had the copy of Behold a Pale Horse?
Mm-hmm.
So I just looked it up on Audible. There's no way that entire book. There's no way that's read in less than 3 hours on a Audible book. I can't. That's not possible.
I don't know. It depends on who they got reading it.
Nah, I don't believe that shit. Not one bit.
See if they got. See if they got UFO. Nah, they probably ain't got it.
Got what?
I was gonna say UFO Highway, but you know what? I'm probably just gonna purchase the book because I read somehow, some way I was able to read the book, and there's some very interesting stuff in that book. It tells the whole story about Dulce and everything. And
See,
you know what Dulce is? Dulce. Well, everything that they just recently did not pass about the chimeras and all like everything like that. What's happening in Dulce? Hello?
yeah, I'm here. Well, apparently on the New York Post today there was talk. There was a. Did you see that um something about hybrid children and fucking animal looking kids and whatnot? It was the
No, I
weirdest
didn't see
goddamn
that.
thing. You're gonna have to go look it up. It was all over Facebook today.
No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that.
Huh, dude.
This boys on the people who have way too much time on their hands. They're trying to change everything. But there is absolutely no reason for that. But one day they'll pay the price. That's probably where that situation, that bill. The only reason I believe that got brought up because things were going way too far. Somebody got wind of it, like, yo, we need to take a look at this. But you know what happened? 49 to a 48 vote. Nope, we're not going to pass it. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Well, the way I look at it is they something either something got leaked or something like there was information given that wasn't supposed to be given. That's why that bill got pressed, and that's why that bill got squashed just as much as it did, just as quick as that it
Mm-hmm.
came up.
Because a lot of these people are making money off that.
Like the private sector isn't going to stop doing that shit.
Nah, they've been doing it for a long time. I always tell people, like, if you're just now hearing about it in the news, that means they've been doing it for a long time already. They've been doing it for a long time already. And you never know what the hell is going on in other because the news in this country is basically censored. You're not going to get the real stuff. But if you go to some of these other websites, some of these other search engines, and like look at stuff, you'll get completely different reports. There's some wild stuff happening. Wild stuff.
But sorry about that.
It, it, it affects eventually it's gonna what the hell was it? Agenda, is it Agenda 21 where they talk about moving everybody into like mass cities and getting everybody out of the womb?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think could.
Sorry.
Or you think that's part of the reason why they were creating all these scripted and releasing? Then they might be getting. No, hold on. Back to this Dulce bullshit. I'm starting to be of a different mind about Dulce.
All right, shoot.
I think yes, there was a genetic lab going down in there, but it's not what they think they were doing. It's not what they were saying. You know what I mean? It was more like, yeah, they were creating high chimeras and shit, but it wasn't like aliens and whatever else. I think what Phil Snyder stumbled on was a different thing altogether. You know what I mean?
Mm. Well, he stumbled. He had info about something. You see how they took that man out?
Oh yeah, yeah. And plus, not to mention all his evidence and his paperwork was gone too.
Mm-hmm. All of his samples, everything. Samples, pictures, paperwork, document, all that is gone. And they found him with a catheter tube around his neck.
Yep. They killed him just like his his buddy. What was his name? I think Ron Rummel.
Yeah, Ron Rummel, where he got shot in the forest. Not the forest, but like he was walking over and he got somebody shot him and they never found his killer, even though the gun and everything was still at the scene.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy what they used to do back in the 90s. Now,
Dude,
now social media just take you out. Like
dude,
look at Mel,
freak.
like
Listen, man.
look at Mel Ketchum. Like Vault said, she can't. Like that's crazy what happened to her. But it's
Listen, the first person that wanted to disclose the information, what did they do to him? I know you know who I'm talking about.
oh
I'll give you a second. Think
I know
about it.
who's Forrestal
And what did they do to him?
threw his ass out a window.
Exactly. Exactly. And a lot of these guys that get before social media or whatever, where it was more prevalent, where you could get information out and stuff like that, it would just take you out. Like whether it be what was his name? Jim Keith, I think it was. He was investigating the Men in Black, and all of a sudden he dies from a blood clot in his foot or something like that.
Oh shit! Back during Roswell times, all they used to say was like, "Yo, we'll take you. Bullets are cheap, and we'll just take you out to the desert, and nobody will ever find you."
Exactly.
The desert's big and bullets are cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speak just because I just brought up Roswell. Did I don't know if you probably don't look at as much like weird articles as I do.
You'd be surprised, man.
Did you see the one about the UK training a group of soldiers to deal with extraterrestrials and other special threats?
No, I didn't see that, but I did see an article about how over in the UK they made like 130 plus chimeras in like a 3 year span. I did see that though.
Dude, why why is all this information coming out? All this information coming out now that special units are being trained to take care of special incidents. UFO disclosure. They're coming out with the information about possibly making chimeras. What the hell? Like, I always said, yo, the human race is being bombarded on all fronts. You've got cryptids. You've got just generally crooked people. You've got aliens. You've got demonic people. You've got stuff that could be coming at us from space, asteroids, rock comets, nuclear weapons. Like the amount of stuff that occupies humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff around us, it's crazy. Then not to mention if you throw in there some maybe there's other dimensions and shit like that. This shit is just wow.
Yes, but you know what? There's a lot of people that would never pay attention to that. They think it's all wild and crazy because that's 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 not in their box.
Well,
That's not in their box. But
their
shit
box,
happened.
the box.
There's a great awakening. What did I always say? I might have been wrong. They might have been wrong, but I always said the Mayans they were off with the time. So I think that I had it as a running joke, but I always said the scribe got it wrong. It wasn't supposed to be 2012. It was supposed to be 2021. And it's kind of making sense now.
Yeah, it is.
The scribe might have just had it, just that little digit, that transfer between the 1 and the 2. Like, don't get me wrong, it's been going wild crazy for a while now, but it really has picked up in the last really picked up in the last year.
Oh yeah, definitely. The increase in UFO sightings, increase in cryptid sightings, increase in just general all-around paranormal activity.
They're throwing it in your face.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're throwing it in your face.
Oh, yo, you know what article that I came across from our local area of good old SoCo? SoCo?
Yep. Give me 1 minute. Hold on.
Yep. Little musical interlude, everybody. Shooby dooby doo. Shooby dooby doo boo boo. I know I saved that shit. Where is it? Um. mm, mm. Bum, 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 ba-da, da-da, da, ba-da, da-da, da, da, da-da, dum, dum. Boom-a-doo-ba-doo, boom, boom. Where's my bookmarks? There it is. Hello. Block.
And I'm back, my fault.
Yep. All right. So, yo, do you remember 2016? Like the beginning of 2016?
You got to be more specific.
Do you remember that loud ass boom that was heard around Sullivan County?
Oh yeah. That's just shook houses everywhere.
Like there's still no explanation for that. So, for anybody that might go back and listen to this live stream, here's a little tidbit of this. Sullivan County rocked by a unexplained booming sound. This happened January. The article was posted January 31st, 2016. Monticello. Boom. Portions of Sullivan County were rocked by a noise to some have compared to a sonic boom. It occurred shortly before midnight on Saturday. Numerous residents grabbed their phones to report the disturbance directly to agencies as well as 911. Monticello. Boom. Portions of Sullivan County were rocked by a noise that some have compared to a sonic boom. It occurred shortly before midnight on Saturday. Numerous residents grabbed their phones to report the disturbance directly to police agencies as well as 911. At the Monticello Police Department, officers seated in their patrol cars could not only hear the boom, but they said it rattled both their cars and the building for a second or two. On the Times Herald Record Facebook page, recordonline.com, over 100 readers commented on a post which raised the question, "What was that boom?" The post was shared nearly 100 times. Readers from Liberty to Cuddybackville, which are more than 30 miles apart, claimed to hear the very loud sound. One person was quoted as saying, loud enough to shake my floor, and then a gusty wind for a minute. Sure made my cat jump," posted Isabel Urban of Farnell Road in Monticello. Lamps Gibson in Grahamsville posted that he heard it and felt a shake, and as did his friends in Rock Hill. One reader wondered if it could have been the aftermath of a meteor shower. Others went to Facebook to to joke that the noise was the work of aliens. Several questioned whether it was a sonic boom or several questioned whether it was a sonic boom, much like those felt off the coast of New Jersey, New York City, and Long Island last week. Those booms may have been caused by fighter jets tests at the Naval Air Station on, I can't pronounce that river, somewhere in Maryland. Yeah. So there's still no answer for that loud ass boom on that Saturday night. I remember that shit. That shit was super loud.
Yeah, that shit woke me out of my sleep.
I was like, what the hell was that, dude?
When I heard a boom like that, it wasn't as loud as that one, but I heard one a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you see that? That Margillo posted on Facebook about the weird sounds he heard coming from the sky.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think it was last week or the week before. He was standing out on his front lawn. You could hear like this weird wailing
Who
type
is it?
noise. David Margillo, Ducky.
Word?
Yeah,
Nah, I don't think I'm friends with him on Facebook. Am I? Shit,
yeah.
I think I might be.
If you go on Ducky's page, and it's from last week or the week before. He's sitting outside on his he posted like 2 or 3 videos of it. You can hear this weird noise coming from the sky. And he's right here in this town.
I know he comes into the pizzeria all the time.
Yeah, so matter of fact, I think he's more closer to where you work.
Oh no, I'll ask him about next time I see him.
I'm telling you, just go to his page. Just go to his profile. You'll see it.
Nah, I didn't hear anything.
Now, a few people had.
Was it at night during the day?
Yo, this is the middle of the afternoon.
I was at work. At work in a building. So
No, yeah. It was middle of the afternoon. He heard this. He did like a Facebook Live video.
it wasn't like those trumpets that people say they hear, was it?
No, it was almost like a wailing. Yeah, it was weird. I remember listening to it. Yeah, it was almost like a wailing.
I'm gonna have to check that out. No, I haven't seen it. Am I pajamas? I don't know. I have to check. No, I didn't even hear about that. You know, every once in a while I'll go on the freaking horseshit page of Sullivan County Assessor to see what people are posting on there. I didn't even see anything about it on there.
No, I think him and one Fallsburg person had saw it or was listening to it.
I'll ask him about it next time I see him. Yeah, I'll definitely ask him about it. That's kind of interesting. Because that's the first time I'm hearing a report like that in this area. Like, you get a lot of stream. Like, when was it? Like 2 or 3 years ago? Or was it last year? It might have been last year, where people said they seen that beam of light in the sky, like go across different towns or whatever. You remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
Where they seen it like Grahamsville, they seen it in Liberty, they seen it in Monticello, they seen it out in like Forestburg.
Well, yo, you remember that? You remember that one night we were heading back out to Kutcher's, and no, matter of fact, I think I was going to drop you off because I was still dating that blonde chick at the time, and
what's her face?
yeah, what's her face? And we were driving down the road, right? And then that weird ass craft flew over the Jeep. Do you remember that with the weird lights on it? and then we got down towards and then I got down. I dropped you off. I went home. I went back to the house I was living with her at. I started listening to WPDH, and the um the DJ came on there and was like, "Oh, yo, we're getting a lot of reports from Sullivan that people are seeing weird lights in the sky."
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That was years ago. But yeah, I remember that. That was strange. I remember looking because you can see it right through the sunroof. I remember being out in Granville one day. We was at who was I was with? I was with Dan, his girl at the time. We were out at this open field like fire pit or whatever. And I just so happened to be looking up and I seen a freaking triangle flying through the sky. I'm like, all right, nobody's gonna believe me. Then I looked over at Dan. I'm like, yo, you see that shit? He was like, yeah, I see it. And we just left that at that. Like, all right, we gotta get out of this area. Whole lot of strength. People don't realize if you go on Google Earth and type in the Catskill Mountains and just do a little bit and just look around the area through Google Earth, if you're not around this area, there's a lot of strange things and a lot of open wilderness around here. Like a lot of open wilderness. Like we're basically where we're at right now. We're sitting, I want to say like 20 minutes away from the tri-state area, like where New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey all meet. Just go there. Just go to that area right there. Scroll up and just.
Well, where we both sit right now, we're only like 20 minutes from the PA border.
Either way, whether we go down 17B or we go down this other, go down 42. 42 might take you a few minutes longer. Well, I don't know. That's about the same distance. About 20. Yeah, about.
No, I'd say 42 would be shorter because you can drive faster.
Well, I don't plan on clocking it anytime soon, but yeah, it makes sense. There's been all types of strange stuff in this area, man. And this is coming from people that we know. Imagine the people that we don't know that have experienced strange stuff.
Like, yo, I'm tempted to just put a post on Facebook like, yo, listen, you guys know me. Listen, if you got a story, let's hear. I want to hear it, man. Listen.
I thought you were supposed to get your boy Pete.
Yeah. Well, I was on vacation all last week. Yeah.
Or you can even get the one lady. You've seen it over there on front there, over by the old time order table, over by Spectrum. Whatever walked in front of her or whatever.
Yeah, I guess I could, but I don't really like her. Nah, I'm playing. So interesting, right? The lady Georgie that I work with, the one that I did the interview with about the weird stuff in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Her and the dude Carlos I work with, the one who saw the Glimmer Man.
Okay.
They had to take the individuals up to the Lake George house, right? Because the agency I work for has a house up in Lake George, and
that's a foreign trek.
Yeah, well, something happened, and it was just them and one of the two individuals that was in the house with them. The one individual that was with them is asleep downstairs in her room, and they're both sitting on the couch watching TV. And they said they hear heavy footsteps, like doom 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 doom, and then a door shut. And they said they both looked at each other like, hell no.
I don't mean to laugh, but all right.
I was like, yo, there was two of you. Could have went and checked it out.
Somebody grab something. Grab a broom, something.
What would you have done? I was like, well, if there was two of us, I would have walked up there with a handful of salt, maybe. I watched Supernatural. I know how it works.
Nah. Hmm. I don't know, man, because both of them have had strange encounters, man. Like, they might not want to poke that bee's nest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I probably wouldn't have done that shit. I probably wouldn't have went either. I would have, like, I'd look, yeah, you heard that, right? All right, you heard it? I'm just making sure you heard it. I'm not going over there. I told you about my experiences at freaking Coaches when we were shutting it down.
Yep.
that could be a show altogether. And keep in mind, this place called Coaches Country Club. That place was over 100 years old before they demolished it. It was an old Jewish hotel, and they had like the whole spirit line or whatever that surrounded the property to keep the bad spirits out and whatnot. As soon as that hotel closed, man, like, I don't know what it was, but the activity picked up. Like, I mean, like, crazy. We had dude, I mean, the one area of this hotel you couldn't get in unless you had a key to the padlocks. So we had to do something over there, and we were sitting on the couch in the lobby. We heard on the floor above us, we heard footsteps, but you know, when somebody has like janitors, they had that big key ring that had like a key for everything. We heard that jingling. So what the hell is that? I'm like, dude, I looked at him, he looked at me, he's like, yo, nobody's supposed to be over here. It's like, yeah. All right, let's go check. So we went upstairs and was like looking around. Absolutely nobody in the building. I mean, every entrance to that side of the hotel had a padlock on it. You had to have a key for it. So we know there was nobody over there, but we heard somebody walking with a big key ring jiggling. That was one experience. Another experience when the hotel, nobody has been in the hotel for at least 2.5 months, not a single guest. We walk into this one room and it smells like someone just sprayed like an old woman's perfume. You can smell it in the air. I mean, like, just like a quick spray of it. He walked in, like, yo, you smell that? Yeah. Like, but I know there's nobody been in this hotel because I've been working here. He's like, yeah, I smell that. Let's get out of here. So he just gradually shut the door and we both walked up. Then one day I was down in the basement. I was down there by myself, moving stuff around, and I heard it was a glass or a plate or something. And it hit the wall. It shattered. I ran out of there. Now I ain't go back in there. My boss calls me on my cell phone like, yo, I need you to go back in there and finish it. I'm like, dude, I'm not going back in the basement. I'm not bullshitting with you. I didn't go back in there. Because you know where downstairs where they had the butcher shop and they had the big meat scale.
Yeah.
It was one of those side rooms down there. that I seen this shit. Then me and the dude Zach, we were in the kitchen in the pantry, and he's looking like he's pointing towards the door, like moving, like taking stuff off the shelves. I'm behind him. I'm basically in like a corner of the room, which I can't be outside. And he sees a dark figure walk in front of him in front of the door. He's like, yo, what the hell was that? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, that wasn't you out there? I'm like, dude, I've been standing behind you for the last 15 minutes getting stuff off the shelves. Nope, no. That's probably why they haven't built, because they sold that property to build on that property. But with the paranormal activity that's happened out there, that's probably why they haven't built anything on that property. I'm pretty sure that shit is still. They still have the nightclub. That's in the no. Yeah, they probably still have that building for the nightclub in the back. I'm not too sure. I haven't been out there.
Stardust, yeah, it looks like they do.
They probably still have that in the back. They probably still have the main lobby area in the front, because that was basically the newest portion of the building. But all the rest of that is tore down. Everything is tore down. I'm telling you, a lot of people. I know stories of a lot of people passing in that hotel. It was just like when we were closing it up, it was just a weird feeling. Like you walk through area and you could feel something like what. It's hard to explain. It was because you didn't work there when I was closing it up. It was just me and the dude Zach.
Yeah.
That was a very, very strange time. Now that I think back at it, like that shit was, yeah, that was crazy. I would have never expected to smell a woman's perfume when we walked into a room like that, or glass being thrown at me, or my coworker seeing a shadow walk in front of him that he thought was me.
Nah, yeah, that shit's crazy.
I'm telling you, that's probably why they haven't built on that property. They moved everything down the road. That property still lays barren. They're not even opening up the golf course.
Which is sad. That's a nice ass golf course.
That's my favorite.
It's the only one I really like playing on.
Yeah, Post said something about trying to sneak on there. I'm like, dude, you're probably not even keeping up the grounds, bro. You know what? They probably are keeping up the grounds, but it's only for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want nobody else on the course that's them. Like, they get some of their friends out there and freaking do whatever they do. But that's probably one of the best courses in the area. Absolutely. It's a hell of a lot better than Lockmore for Terry Bray. I heard they're supposed to be redoing the Monster.
They've been talking about that for years, though.
Yeah. But I think they actually made headway on it. Oh, another news article. Did you see how there is an $11 billion tunnel going under the Hudson River?
Really?
Yes, sir. They're building an $11 billion tunnel under the Hudson River. Look it up. Go to WPD. I have no idea. Go to WPD. I'm assuming it's going to be a drivable tunnel or something. Trust me, New York State needs a lot more than an underground tunnel with that $11 million. How about you fix the regular potholes in the road that freaking take off your damn tire?
Yeah, because all that money goes to the governor and his peoples.
Dude, look it up. $11 billion tunnel under the Hudson River. For what reason? It does. Like the article I seen, it doesn't really give a reason, but you could probably find something else where it talks about why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But God knows how long that's going to take and how much extra it's going to take. I'm saying $11 billion is a rough guesstimate of what it's going to cost. And if that's just $11 billion, that shit better have maglev trains in it. Where I could get from one side of the Hudson to the other in 30 seconds.
All right. Well, Bass, I'm thinking about to cut this because I got to be up in like 4 hours.
I ain't got to be up that soon, but I plan on going fishing in the morning before work, so I got to be up at 5. I'm trying to go throw some top water.
All right. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do another one tomorrow too. Now that we got everything set up, it's super easy.
Oh yeah, now that everything's set, I'm gonna hit Pete up to see if he wants to come through and if he, well, yo, well, it's today now, either later on today, like around 7:30 at night, or whatever, because we don't close till 9, or tomorrow.
Well, if we can,
or Sunday.
If he comes through your job, right, I could just bring the new microphone and we can use that, and we can all just sit around that new microphone because it's got the 360 audio on it.
So does mine.
Yeah, but I like mine better, yo.
Mine's cost more.
So that don't mean nothing. All right, I'll talk to you in the morning.
All right.
Bye.